So we have already talked about the outline and the group portion. So I'm also going to talk to you guys about the individual portion, and then I'm going to get back into the digital project, which is submitted before these two, but it seemed more relevant to speak about these two first. This is the part that you will be submitting individually, and essentially, this is the part where you take the PowerPoint that you created and you record yourself with that PowerPoint and possibly with the video, depending on who's responsible for that. And you record yourself speaking with the PowerPoint, presenting your piece 4 to 6 minutes, right? So this can be done either by recording yourself through Zoom, so you will have your screen and yourself, or you can ask someone to record you, or you can use a phone and set it somewhere to record yourself with a laptop or an iPad or some kind of screen. Any solution that you choose to record yourself is welcome as long as the presentation and the digital project, if it's in your portion of time, is in it with you. And when I say the digital portion, the digital project is in your portion of time, I do not mean that only one person is going to be responsible in creating the video, not at all. But one person will be the one to present it. So once again, check samples in the files folder. I've already done that before. Highly encourage you to look at it. So this is the rubric I wanted you to look at. You have volume, rate, conversational style, emotional expression, poise, eye contact, gestures, time requirement, oral citations. So all of this is all about delivery. Lastly, just want to make sure that you actually verbally cited. So you said, I got this information from wikipedia.com. Don't use Wikipedia, but you get my point. So this is all about delivery. The previous assignment, as we've talked about, that's the one where I'm going to see all the work that all of you guys have put into it. So your group portion was worth way more points than your individual portion. However, like I already mentioned, it is a really good position that you're in because you will be able to present many times before you decide to record yourself and submit. So you should be able to achieve full points in this assignment because of this COVID-19 situation. This will be submitted individually, so each person will submit this. And yeah, there's not much else I can say about this. This is mostly about delivery. So we have spoken about how there's going to be a presentation. Now we can talk about this digital project that we have been discussing. And before I get deeply into the digital project, I have to say that even though you guys are going to be reading chapters 30, I recommend that during this video, especially whenever you're trying to understand these assignments, go to the pages in your book for I believe it's 453. Give me 1 second to check what the page number is. That's right. So it's 435 is the page number, and read from 435 to 437. Those are the pages that you have to read, 435 to 437. And once you read those pages, then you're just going to have a much better understanding of these assignments. So now I'm ready to start talking to you about the digital project. I just realized that I said the wrong numbers. The page numbers are 535, 537. I'm going to write that down in the announcement section in the discussion boards. Right, local community issue digital project. So this is just going to be a video that you create, and only one person in your group is going to upload it. And this is going to take all of you figuring out how you are going to put in editing work in this together. It's going to be 45 to 60-second video that's going to complement, it's going to help your proving your point about your issue in this project. So at some point in the presentation, you're just going to be like, so now watch this video, and this video is going to make us think, it's going to make us convinced that we should really listen to what you're saying. You can use this video at any point you'd like, but you must show it at some point during your speech, and it must make sense where you decide to show it. So whatever it is where you decide to show it, it must have some logic to it. So talk to your peers about it and figure that out. It could be like a bit of an attention getter at first. It could be at the very end when you're calling to action. It could be in the middle as a relevance to one of your points. It's your full creative freedom. You are not required to appear in this video, but each group member will receive the same grade for this video. So everybody should really try to contribute as equally as possible to the production of this video. And I know that this can be a little difficult when you're online, but really we've talked so much about group communication that the goal here is to make sure there's no social loafing, and that everybody is putting in the same amount of work overall. So make sure that it is a YouTube link, and definitely check out this templates samples from other students that have posted in the LCP folder. I think there are some good examples there. So we're going to look at the rubric here. You have content, so make sure that the content in there is appropriate. Like, are the images appropriate? Do they make sense with what you're talking about? You want to have good design. So we talked about visual rhetoric, not using too many colors and too many different fonts, and kind of sticking to the rules of what we talked about. Thinking about how the design you choose affects how the audience sees it. So if you're talking about some very sad issue, don't design it in a happy font, that kind of thing. And lastly, delivery. So it's going to be uploaded to YouTube or Vimeo, but I prefer YouTube. And make sure that it has the appropriate length, 45 to 60 seconds. So this is all that there really is to the digital project. If you feel still a little wonky about it, like I said many times, please check out the sample, the work from other students. On this, it's really going to clarify things. And most importantly, go back to those pages, 535, 537, and read it, and that should clarify everything. Now, I have explained these with as much clarity as I believe I can give you. What you are encouraged to do now is use this platform that we have in the discussion board right here. Go into the discussion, click on the online class, and then comment, reply. I want you to ask all the questions that you have. I can never anticipate all the questions that you guys have. I can't know what is clear or unclear to you, but this is your chance. And once somebody starts, I'm sure others will also chime in, and feel free to answer other people's questions if you feel like you know the answer. This is the best that we can do with this whole COVID situation, so I'd really appreciate if you guys could ask all the questions that you need or make any comments and really post anything useful. It's really important that you meet with your group members online starting in this week, and before you do that, all of you must have read the pages 535 to 537. Otherwise, the meeting will not go well because nobody will be able to understand the outline. So this is all that I have for today. Let me know in the comments below what questions you have, and I will see you next week.